So today is DailyCyber number 91. Lots going on today. Yesterday I did some studying again on section 5. I think it's access controls, which are cryptography, PKI certificates, AES, DES, triple DES, things I gotta really study and get down, just because it's important to know for being in security. Also, it's important to know for when you start working and how to protect and encrypt data as you're transferring it. So it's really good to know. What else I work on? Yesterday I went golfing. Didn't do as well as I wanted to do, but when things change and modify, you have to make adjustments to what you're doing until you can get that pattern back. And this, how that relates to cybersecurity and computers, is that, as you know, when you're working with operating systems and applications, as things update and change, you have to go back to the initial baseline and start creating. Maybe if it's an operating system, you might have to create a brand new image, because now there's maybe a new operating system, or there's a patch or update, right, to the operating system that you need to make sure it works with all the different other applications, and maybe your image needs to be adjusted and modified because you have maybe a base image and then you install patches over top of it and all the updates, or maybe your image is included with everything. Not sure, don't know what your setup is for your configuration, but how this relates to cybersecurity is, if you're not going through this process of testing, you might not know if there's a vulnerability, right? You might not know that because of patch number 22, it actually opens up some sort of access point in an application that is using it that you might not know. It might give administrative action, might open up a port, who knows, right? But you need to test it to make sure. You need to be able to read the right papers and go through this. So something to think about as you're going through deploying software applications, and as you're updating them and trying to keep up to date. You have to have this process of testing, of updating, backing up everything, and back up. Make sure you're backing up your systems, right? And you're backing up before you do your update. And then you do your update. The reason why you back up on this scenario is that you're backing up just to make sure if there's anything that happens, you have a restore point. And if you have a restore point, then yeah, it might suck that the system goes down, but you can restore from the last backup. And this is for small to medium-sized companies. Large companies, majority of medium-sized companies do have a backup system. Smaller companies, from what I found, it's hit and miss. Larger companies, of course, have a full backup solution. And that's why it's important for small companies, if you're listening to this, review your process, review your systems. What do you have set up? What are you doing in your patch management, your backup solutions, your testing environment? Make sure all that's set up, because if it's not, if you ever run into a problem, it could take down your system, not only for a short period of time, it could be an hour, it could be a day. You could lose data, right? And that could affect you in the sense that you can lose data for your clients, you could lose confidential information, you can lose your financial, your HR, whatever that may be. And you want to make sure you have that all backed up and in a safe, secure spot so you can restore from any outage and bringing back to as you're doing patch management, as you're securing your system. Just something on my mind this morning as I'm going through. What else am I working today? Right now I'm going to meet with a good friend of mine that we have monthly meetings. And I recommend that you do this with people you really trust, people that you can grow with. I do this because we meet and talk about personal, professional, kind of spiritual development, kind of what's going on in the world, and just kind of keep growing, keep pushing each other to go that next level. So that's what I'm working on right now. This morning, I'm going to jump here. I'm going to go into Cora's breakfast, have a nice, and I call it fruit myself, right? And have a fruit breakfast of some mixed fruits and fruits and smoothies and good things, and then go from there. So I will catch up with you a little bit later. I might record this. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. So right now, Jason and I had some breakfast this morning, and we were talking about just different strategies. Like I was saying, we were talking about business, relationships, and as I was talking before, personal, professional, and spiritual development, kind of all different realms. So now, someone that's developing in a different area, Jason, what one recommendation would you give them? Like, say they're developing in their business, they're developing in their strategies, because I know you work for Nando's, right? What would be one thing you'd recommend someone to look at, to review, for them to develop? Because, I mean, one thing I've been talking about DailyCyber security, as you've kind of heard me talk about, is personal development, studying, developing. What was one recommendation you would give?
Well, I think on my journey, the biggest impact that I had was changing what I eat. The biggest impact that gave me mental clarity, gave me that energy, gave me that, that passion, because I started to reconnect myself with nature, really, and started eating more plant-based foods and introducing more fasting and intermittent fasting. That really helped me cleanse myself from toxic chemicals that could be causing some blockages mentally. That really opened up some barriers that I had upon myself, and the limits that I put upon myself from the foods that I was eating. So to be honest with you, the starting point is really starting with the food you put into your body, because we need that nutrition for our mind, our mental clarity, our energy that we need to have to support our team and to be great leaders. And especially what I do is, I lead a team of 10 general managers, and, I need to be razor sharp focused. And I found that throughout the last year, joining a corporate brand that I love working for, you get into habits of traveling, and you start going to meetings and you're eating poorly again. So I quickly saw what eating that route would have done to me, because I started to feel the pain. I started to get the aches throughout my body. It was low energy. And then, quickly knowing all the research and things I've been on my journey is getting back onto that plant-based lifestyle, what brought back my energy. Talking to you earlier during our time today is the aches and pains and sores started to go away, and I had more live energy and started to feel lively again. So
no, would you find like you have mental clarity?
Oh, 100%.
Now, what about something I talk about when I'm studying? Do you find your retention and your recall is higher?
Absolutely. It's that razor sharp focus, and you really don't miss a beat, because you're aware and you're here and you're present, because, eating those live foods just brings you that razor sharp focus and that aliveness that we all need. Because being to that processed food, just really just dulls you down, just brings that thought process down, and you get stuck into, old behaviors that we used to fall into, because that food we eat. So, definitely is starting with our diet and what we put into our bodies is key.
Okay, so if you guys are watching this, again, I've said it, you hear it from my buddy, like I said, I've known you for what, 25 years?
Yeah, around 20, 25 years, for sure, easily 25 years.
Yeah. And I mean, one thing...
How old are we? How old are we? No, okay.
I'm 20. I'm 20 at heart.
Yeah.
So what you'll find is that the way you eat, what you consume, and we have talked about this, Jason and I have talked to you guys about this, is going to help you be more energetic, have more energy, be more clear. You're going to be able to study, evolve, and be successful in not just your personal life, but also your professional life.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later.
Thanks for your time, Brandon. Peace.
So right now I'm outside enjoying the weather, relaxing. It's been a beautiful day today. I'm fortunate enough that I get the flexibility to go and have some fun and enjoy myself. And I think that's one thing that I've talked about is, building your career, building your business, whatever that may be, so you can go and enjoy and experience life and just have fun. Even when you're doing cybersecurity, let's have that work-life balance. You're going to help your clients, you're going to work hard, and you got to enjoy and relax, that yin and yang. So it's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm going to study for a little bit, probably about half an hour, review 5.0, access and PKI and things like that, just so to get that ingrained so I know it inside and out. I'm going to become an expert in that area, at least know the information inside and out, so I can go write the CompTIA Security Plus. So that's about it. And then tonight I'm going to go watch Spider-Man. I might take a few pictures. I might record, not the video, but the process, but we'll see. Actually, no, I can't. I just realized that I'm with a couple people tonight who I don't think really wants to be on YouTube. or yeah, they don't want to be on YouTube or any videos. So I'm gonna cut out for today. So just put it over here on the side. Software is hackable, being connected is vulnerable, and we'll see you next video.